And here we go. Man City against Liverpool. We're going to be playing on the PlayStation first. And this feels, to me, Ryan, like the pivotal game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we spoke off camera about this, right? I'm going to be brutally honest. I said I expect Tex to win every single game. Matthias, I don't know. I've not really been impressed with him this season, but he's a champion in previous years, and there's a reason for that. He had the perseverance to bounce back, but it's not just any game. He's up against Manu, who is going to be hungry.
Just to put this into perspective, in that booth right now, you've got Lex, who was in the French Championship final.
Yeah.
You've got ManuBachoore, who was in the Dutch Championship final. This is all last year. And you've got Man City, who won the ePremier last year. You have got serious world-class quality taking on each other in England's finest tournament. City kicking from right to left, and it's an early corner.
It's dangerous from them.
Whipped in, straight into Van Dijk. He's the only player to use Team of the Year Virgil van Dijk in his squad, is Matthias Bonanno. And he's still just lingering inside the box, but he's given the ball away, and it could be a chance for Manu to counter. A couple of player locks coming in, but is he going to be able to shake off Bonanno's defence? An element of his game that has been real, the rock to his success, but it was broken down against Salmon in that match. And ManuBachoore will have watched that game and got a lot of confidence from it, Shells.
Yeah, I think it's quite hard to be a defensive player on this game. I think this year you got to be able to score goals, and obviously Matthias Bonanno is known to be defending well, but I'm sure he hasn't lost too much confidence in himself, and against ManuBachoore, this is where he needs to perform, because at these stages you have to capitalise.
Yeah, in a weird way, you can look at it and just be like, despite him losing, he done his job.
He done his job.
He got through.
He done what he needed to do against Fulham, despite the performance being... It's a smelly one, isn't it? Come on, it was.
He
it was
might have made Tex a bit worried for his game, but yeah. I'm sure.
I think he'll bounce back in this. I think he'll raise his level for this game, because he knows there's no room for error here.
Well, also this is no disrespect to Sam whatsoever, but he might have, and giving him benefit of the doubt, potentially played down to Fulham, knowing the circumstances. He's 4-0 up, he can cruise. He's not cruising here. It's rocky waters for Bonanno, and that corner is less than impressive.
But it might be quite funny to some, but sometimes for me, the bigger the lead I have, the more scared I am playing. Yeah. Just because if someone's giving me a 4-goal lead, I'm thinking, there's no way I can lose this. I can't lose this. And as soon as he scores one, my heart starts racing.
That look on Matthias' face when that ball went in the box, when he slid. Oh my goodness, I felt the tension for him, I felt bad.
ManuBachoore with Rodri, it's a red time strike. If that's not red, you're looking at a 1-goal lead.
It's a chance, huge chance for Manu. Good press as well. Squeezing him in there with Cole Palmer. That has to be a goal. Has to be.
Free kick given there. If you've got any questions for Shells, he's a former ePremierLeague champion in 2021. He knows what it takes to lift the EPL trophy. Get them in the chat at the moment for him. We'll get our questions across to Shells. Keane and Lampard, centre midfield duo. I suppose you have to take sacrifices when you're putting nearly 5 million coins at a centre-back.
But I'm a big fan of that Frank Lampard item, where he's got all the passing play styles that I like, and he's able to pass the ball to my strikers, and that's all I want from my midfielders.
Marmouche, he's been a threat all day long, just twisting and turning in those areas. Son dives through.
The initial step, though, defensively from Matthias was poor. It's unlike him. It just feels panicked and rushed, but he done very, very well to redeem himself.
Yeah, with Van Dijk, was it? Where he stepped out. Kirkes, he'll have the pace to get past Trent Alexander-Arnold in at right back. Can Bonanno supply? Son! Big finish! And look at that reaction. After a lacklustre quarter-final, he knows that he had to perform here in the semis.
Yeah, he had to get that goal. You can see how much it means to him as well. With the celebrations, just powering down the line with Kirkes. It looks simple, but it's just about finding the passes and being perfect with your timing, the touch back from where it came, and then you can just arrow it into the bottom corner. Massive start for Man City.
I suppose that's what Son offers you as well, that ability on either foot.
Yeah, Son is one of the best finishers in the game, not only in the Premier League. He scores pretty much all the chances he gets, especially if you time it green. But Matthias Bonanno started off strong. Of course, he's got a performance to show himself and show he's capable. Is it 2?
Wait, what?
It is 2. It's straight from kickoff.
Wow.
We're still looking at the replay, and Bonanno's hitting for double.
I was still praising him on the first one.
We'll get to see a replay of that, but 2-0 down. A familiar story for Manu in this tournament. He was 2-0 down in his game against Wolves in the previous round. Managed to come back into it, but this one is looking like a very, very tough ask. Son running in behind. He tries to slide and he retains possession, and it ends up being a simple goal there. Wow.
So fast. You have to protect your kickoff. You have to protect it. And Bonanno has capitalised, and a pause came straight in as well from Manu.
I mean, the experience in this player booth alone, these boys know what it takes to win it all. And I think ManuBachoore, of course, 2-0 conceding the second one straight away is not pretty, but I'm sure he's confident in himself and to bring him back. At least give Lex a fighting chance in the next leg.
Yeah.
A determined Matías Bonanno trying to get City into another ePremierLeague final. It'll be a rematch from last year if they were to get over the hump and beat Liverpool in this game. However, the players sat opposite them have got quality. They've got goal-scoring quality. They've got star quality in ManuBachoore and Lex for Liverpool. Let's wait and see how Liverpool can react. That's a high press. Son with the chance. Big save from Howard at the near post.
Yeah, I think he expected Howard to be shuffling across to predict the finesse shot, so he went near post.
Trent with the set play. Into Palmer. That's a finesse opportunity. Van Dijk. What a block that is. That's 5 million coins worth of block.
Yes, knocking on the door now. Liverpool and Manu.
Short corner play. Palmer with a little player lock fake. Hitting both analog sticks in and manually moving to a different player. Rodri now can strike it, but he's very, very aggressive there, Bonanno, pulling players out and happy to engage on the edge of his own box. Question coming in there from Benji. Shells, can we see you and Ryan team up for ePrem next year?
I don't think they know. Me and Ryan was plotting. We're planning for our comeback next season. So
Why not? One more grouping, why not, man?
I told Ryan this year if he signed up, he would be ready to take over.
No,
but he didn't believe in
this
himself.
game,
So
to be
now
fair.
he's come to me, and hopefully we'll see what happens next year.
Question coming from Lisa Manley there. How did it feel coaching and not playing?
It is the worst experience of all time. As a competitor, I've always wanted to play, and every event I go to and I'm not playing, it definitely burns, but I've got good friends here and I want to see them win as well. Does it? I mean, it tries, but I don't know if it works too much, because when I go and qualify, I play worse. But
And another quick one there. What's your favourite formation?
I'm one of them people, 4-2-1-3. I'm sad.
You were coaching Crystal Palace this weekend. Surely as a coach then, it must be horrible looking over Stokes' games, because you just know there's 10 goals. No matter what, you kind of looked into a
I've been watching Stokes
game.
play since a couple years ago, and I've never liked the way how he defends. So watching him play is never a good joy to watch. But going forward, he is one of the best players.
Yeah,
honestly.
agreed.
Caicedo is going to be the catalyst here for Liverpool's final attack of the half. Marmouche can't quite turn around. That has to be cleared.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a throw-in, meaning that we won't play it. 2-0 at half-time, Manchester City leading on the PlayStation League against ManuBachoore. Somebody in the chat. Here's your laugh.
Probeer gewoon de speedboost langzaam even gewoon tempo maken.
Having a listen in here.
Niet lopen, even minuut 60 zetten.
Ryan, what are they saying here?
I've been learning a bit of my French there. I'm kind of waiting for Lex to speak.
It's Dutch, mate.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for Lex to speak behind. Dutch, I have no idea, but French, I'm
Well,
there.
Lex was to speak to Manu, but speak in English.
Lex, can he? I don't think Lex can speak.
Pero más que eso no puede hacer, porque el equipo es
Vamos a pensar,
la formación es central.
I've got no idea.
Vamos, dale.
Let's go.
I know that, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of French pros say that when they've scored against me in my time, so
Couple.
yeah. It's really, I see how you're doing me now.
Back on the way for the second half. Man City getting us kicked off, leading 2-0. Bonanno with a quick double to send them into a promising position when Tex will take over the controller.
You can see the way he set up his team as well. I'm speaking of Bonanno's position here. Just having Carvalho, etc. There's a clear game plan. It's something that himself, Zazinho, Edu, everyone at City would be trying to make sure it's fine-crafted to the way he plays. So I do respect that.
We've seen 50 minutes of this game so far. Are you surprised by what we've seen?
I mean, just before we was talking about Bonanno and saying he has to prove himself, and I think this format is quite funny in terms of just a minute ago we were saying Bonanno, we don't know if he's still got it in you, and look at him now, 2-0 up, potentially giving Tex a lead, and to go into the final, it just shows anything can happen.
Yeah, my thing is before the game, I would have predicted Manu to win this game and Tex to win the second leg. I don't know, in terms of who would go through, I actually don't know.
Manu would have watched that game that Fulham played, though, so that Salmon had against Bonanno, you would imagine. Obviously, they were playing at the same time, but he would have gone back and watched it in the time that he's had here. Would he be able to pick anything up from that, or
it's such
is it hard to individually look at a game?
Yeah, because you have to think of it. When you're coming into this game, it's 0-0. But Matthias was going into that game 4-0 up. It's a completely different approach. Do you go? Do you stick or twist? You're thinking, all right, I can play a bit risky, I should say, because even if you concede, it's still 3 goals. But then it was a catch-22 because he tried to and then ended up conceding straight away.
Talking a lot about playing first and playing second, when you two were playing, if you were to go again next year, who would rather take that first leg and try and get into a lead? And then who would rather see it off? As Matthias Bonanno lets out a roar, 3-0 up. And he's putting Man City well and truly in the driver's seat.
For me, this... I don't want to say leg done. Manu's going to need to do something extraordinary to come back. Matthias is playing extremely well defensively, but offensively, you'll see here just a player lock across the box there, getting it into the corner. That's a massive goal for City.
So he's hit the player lock, and then he's actually done a pinged pass off the player lock. He's activated a driven pass.
Was that goal finesse with Keane as well?
Yeah.
Helps finish. I thought it was a bit close to the keeper. I thought.
What will he be thinking in the back there?
It's a tough one, because I know he believes in himself for sure, but at this stage, you know you're up against Tex in the next leg, and you want every bit of help you can get.
Yeah, you're going to need something. Manu's going to need at least, I'm going to say you need two goals. Even one against Tex. Tex is high flying.
For me, I said I have to see Tex lose for City to not be champions. And with a 3-goal lead, I don't see Tex losing that at all.
No, not for me.
Back to the question, who would rather play first or second?
If I'm with a lead, I'd rather give it to Ryan to hold on.
Okay.
I can slug the game out sometimes, but I would rather go.
But like I said, if he gave me a 3-goal lead, I would be terrified. And I don't think I could look at him if I threw it away.
Here we go, 61 minutes on the clock. ManuBachoore, he's been there, he's accomplished it all. But he's ran in to a City wall in the shape of Bonanno and simply cannot break him down. We were critical on Bonanno against Fulham. Defensively, looked lacklustre in this particular matchup.
It's nice.
He's been very good, but maybe the first brick falls out of that City wall as Manu gets one back.
Yeah, that's a lovely goal, just to build up. I was about to praise Matthias for the offside traps there, because
even defending.
Yeah, he squeezed so well there. You'll see it just with Rodri managing to get the pass into Palmer, driven into Bruno, and just that little turn past Haaland into the pass. It's a way back into the game.
Yeah, I would definitely say good defending from Matty, but sometimes good attacking beats good defending.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
Richard, we was talking about second guessing earlier, and if you saw ManuBachoore's attack there, it was perfect. Yeah. Patient, taking his time, close dribbling. It shows his quality for sure.
What would you be thinking here if you're Manu in this scenario? It feels as though the pressure is on you. You've got to get something out of this game.
Yeah. You'll think even if you lose 3-2, it's still something, because you were in a 3-0 deficit at a point in the game. So you kind of want to take the positives as they come. Despite it being a loss, it's all situational and depends from what position. Gotta be.
It's red time, and it doesn't matter. It's found its way into the top corner. It's flew in off Gervinho's left boot and re-establishing that 3-goal lead.
Quick response.
Quick response again. That's twice now. I believe he's got to go straight off the bat. Son, just the space opened up. He didn't play a switch, surprisingly, there. Manu sort of gave the extra runner space and time in the box. Despite mistiming it, I think having a chance like that, you kind of still expect to find the back of the net.
In these 2v2 competitions, you're going to need your teammate to bail you out and save you a couple of times. And I think Matty, of course, the round before, he was definitely trying to prove himself, and this is a statement game for sure to give him the confidence Tex.
Yeah.
Believe in him for sure.
As I said, that would give confidence to not only but to Tex as well.
Tex.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Teamwork.
Exactly, absolutely. That's
you
something
can't go into any game thinking that you have to do something because you don't believe in your teammate. That's not going to work at all.
Manu's come forward here straight from the get-go. Heung-min Son, he's been one of his star players, but Bonanno, even to get out of this game with a 4-1 lead, is giving Tex a huge, huge advantage going into a Tex that hasn't really lost on LAN in the ePremier League in a few years. He has been superb.
Hold on. Oh,
unbeaten so far in this year's ePremier League. 5 wins on the Xbox for Tex. If Bonanno can continue this form, City look a very, very dangerous prospect.
Oh, it's worked out perfectly as well. He managed to step with Haaland and Son driven at the near post. And for me, if it stays this same scoreline in this game, it's job done for City, in my opinion.
Anything can happen, but yeah, Tex with a 4-5 goal, I don't see it happening.
He stepped with Haaland there. Got a bit unfortunate, but the driven pass and the composure to wait for the goalkeeper, then put it in at the near post. 5-1 is comfy.
Emphatic celebration as well from Matías Bonanno. 5-1 lead with only a few minutes left to play. ManuBachoore looks shell-shocked. As it stands, ManuBachoore won't be at the E-Champions League. This feels like a huge, huge turning point in this tie, with Tex to take over on the Xbox leg. Matías Bonanno, question marks over what he could do, and he is performing time and time again when the pressure is on him. If you are just joining us, welcome to the ePremier League 2025. And what a time you are joining us. We're in the semi-final stages with Brighton Hove Albion in the final. And now we need to find out who they will be playing. 30 minutes left in this matchup with Man City leading 5-1. Make that 6! Matías Bonanno, before Tex even touches the controller, has killed this game well and truly off.
Wow. The camera's panning to Lex. He's looking, thinking, what's going on here? Stunned. A complete turnaround from what we saw in the first game for Matías today. Ball roll scoop with Javinho, plays a reverse pass, and a driven ball across the box, tapping for Son. The celebrations there from Cecilio and Mati. 6-1 against ManuBachoore, former world champion. That is an unbelievable statement.
When questions are asked of Bonanno, he answered in the most emphatic way possible. The winner of this matchup, the club that goes into the final, guaranteed £15,000. Also, 2 tickets to the E-Champions League.
Might get worse.
ManuBachoore right now simply cannot land a finger, land a glove on Bonanno.
What do you think Tex is going to do in the second leg? Go for the kill, go for 10, go for 11, or do you think he's just going to be patient? Because Tex can just stand on the ball. You know what he does.
I think Tex is so comfortable in his ability. The scoreline obviously helps him a lot in terms of what he can do to manage it, but I don't think it will change his strategy too much. We know how Tex likes to play, structured, keeps possession, so I think he'll just, his experience will take over and he'll see it through.
Green Trivella doesn't find the back of the net. Goal here doesn't do much in my opinion, but you never know.
You see those items next to Bonanno's face cam and ManuBachoore's face cam. Joe Gomez and McAtee, they were SBCs that completed in Ultimate Team. They came out as 89 rated. Both of those items with Liverpool and City getting to the semi-final and winning a game will go up to 91 rated. So if you completed them, you sat at home watching, Make sure you keep your eyes on Ultimate Team. They'll be getting upgraded in the not-so-distant future.
It's going back in time here, Rich. Just give even more credit to Salmon, what he done earlier, because...
Absolutely.
What? 6-1.
But I think we should give some credit to Bonanno as well.
Oh,
Bounce back straight away. He didn't have long to regain himself. It might be 6.
At the back, and look, every goal is going to be important in this time.
Listen, if Lex comes back here, cut me off this week. I'm going home. I'm telling you that right now. I can honestly...
I don't know what I'll do. That means Texas somehow giving us possible.
It's impossible. I'm telling you that.
Everything's possible. Anything's possible.
The only way, if Texas, I would say, is if he just maybe does a challenge for his YouTube channel, changing buttons.
Would this be the greatest comeback of all time? If
yeah.
Lex turns this around?
Yeah. I don't see it, but...
Well, you might be about to witness history, because that's where we have to go. If Liverpool have got any chance of qualifying into the finals of the ePremier League, let's just have a quick look at the other side of the booth, actually. I want to see what Lex is looking at, and Manu. Bonanno, job done for Manchester City.